What it is, guys, it's your Dino. We're back here again with another review, so let's just get straight into it. This review is for the Callisto protocol, and we're going to get straight into the accessibility features because there's lots of them. I believe that this game has done a very good job of supporting lots of different accessibility features. It's got high contrast, it's got game assist, it's got UI assist. They really have gone above and beyond with this one. I mean, it's not the level of what I hold as the top tier of accessibility, but they've done a really good job of supporting it. Got all these different ones for combat assist, which is a key thing in this game, so very proud of that they've done that. They've got good UI options. They're very simplistic in their designs. They've got to make sure that they're easy to see for people who are hard of sight, and they've also got screen options. They've got low health effect, hallucination effect, inventory parallax, reduce camera shake and intensity, and all that stuff. They've done a very good job of trying to support this game as best they can in the accessibility department, and for me that is a great thing. I always believe that having the ability to turn off things like film grain, motion blur, control the different UI features and stuff like that is absolutely important in my opinion, because if you don't have the ability to control them, then you're just going to be hurting the disabled gamers. And the level of accessibility in the dialogue, the text, subtitles, there's a lot of it. There is a dozen or so different languages across the text and subtitles, and they've got quite a few in the dialogue, the verbal stuff. They've done a really good job of covering it as much as they can, and they've done a really good job. And the fact that they have dyslexic font on, which is amazing, you know, absolutely love that one, because I have dyslexic members of my family and in my community, and so that's a key one that I like to see as well. A dyslexic font mode is always a key one in my opinion, because dyslexia is a thing that is more commonplace than anything nowadays. But anyway, that's my piece about the disability and accessibility stuff. 10 out of 10. They've done a really good job with this one. We'll get into the gameplay features now, and as some of you may or may not know, this is the Callisto protocol, which is made by the team that made Dead Space, and in my opinion it basically is the spiritual successor to the last Dead Space game. It is the next step in their universe that they needed to make, and that is to set an origin story for how all the things came, which is this game in my opinion. Even though it's not got the Dead Space IP name to it, basically the same story within its universe. It tells the origins of how all the little necrophage creatures came about and stuff like that, and how messed up human race made the entire universe. And they've done like a really good job of it, and I do like the design aspects, the way it plays. It has a really good job of creating a jump scare environment, and the high stresses of combat and the thriller aspect of the game. Very well done. That tandemed with the level of accessibility they've got in the game does make this game accessible for almost everyone I could think of. I mean, unless there are some people that could correct me on that one, I'm pretty sure they've done a very good job with trying to make sure that features like auto dodging and all that sort of stuff is available. All we've got to do is hold back to just dodge, and they've done a really good job with trying to make it as easy and as accessible as possible so everyone can enjoy it. That's my opinion on the gameplay features. They've done a really good job with that, and we'll get into the next step, which is the customization. So with customization, you can customize the weapons that you use. There are different features that you can give them. You can do different upgrades to the weapons that you'll get later on in the game. Again, I don't want to do spoilers, so I'm showing very early gameplay and don't want to spoil that for you guys. They've done a really good job with creating a level of customization within the game on that. They've also got a season pass tied into the game, which apparently is going to have more content for the actual game, and it's going to give a lot of cosmetic items so you can change how your character looks and how different weapons look. Now, I'm not really into the cosmetic side of things, I think that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how the character looks as long as I can enjoy the game. And that being said, I feel that even without the season pass, you are going to get your money's worth with this game because it plays well. It's got a good level of customizability. The fact that you're playing as Josh Duhamel, I think that's how you pronounce his name. It's a very hard name for me to pronounce. I struggle with it. But he's done an amazing job in different shows and movies that he's been in, and he was in Transformers for a while, the Transformers movies, and the Michael Bay ones, and I thought that he did a very good job in those. So he shows that he's got good acting range, and the fact that it's him in this, I'm very happy with that. But we'll get into the player recommendations now. I recommend this for anyone who is a fan of horror games, the Dead Space franchise, who's looking for something that's tied them over between the next Resident Evil and this, or they were looking forward to the new Dead Space remake. I think that this is, in my opinion, better than the Dead Space remake because they actually created something new instead of just giving something a fresh coat of paint. That being said, it's always subjective. It's always down to what you feel is yes or no when it comes to a game. I think that this is better than the Dead Space remake. It is an underappreciated game, and I think everyone who plays it would enjoy it. Just give it the chance. My final thoughts on this one is I think that this game is underappreciated. I think it's gotten a bad rap. It's not gotten the best reviews that it could have received, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad game. It just means that the people who reviewed it didn't like it. So take that into account. Don't listen to the Metacritics and all that. Metacritic doesn't mean jack. It's just how industry rate whether a game is good or not. It comes down to the player experience. And I have got hours into this game. There will be a link to my Callisto Protocol playlist of me playing it through on stream live, so you guys can check it out. I played it through on the middle difficulty, and I think that even though the games had a certain small little bugs that kind of bothered me, especially with certain encounters, it did play well. It is very fun to play, and you do feel a sense of accomplishment and achievement when you do overcome certain bits that become difficult as you play through. I'm not saying that I'm the best at every game, but I think that they did a very good job with this game, and I feel like this game does offer a lot to players. Now, I liked it. I thought that they had a nice sense of balance between combat and horror, and the story is just amazing. I felt gripped all the way through. That's just my opinion, guys. I know that it's going to be different for everyone else. Let me know what you think in the comments. Sound off down there. Like, comment, and share it out. And if you ain't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell for all notifications when we go live. We do post new content on a regular basis. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Be safe, be well, have fun gaming or creating, and I'll see you then. Bye.